Right, let's talk about the basics of syncing flash lighting with a camera. As you know, there's various products on the market to help us sync, but let's take a deeper look at what's actually happening when we sync a camera. So for a basic sync setup, I simply plug the cable into the camera's PC sync output and plug the other end into the flash. Depending on what flash model I'm using, I might be using a mini jack or a 1/4-inch jack, and that just simply goes into the sync input of the flash pack or the head. Now the camera will fire in sync with the first curtain as a default of the camera's shutter. With this system, there's a few limitations. Firstly, depending on what camera model you're using, there's a limitation up to the maximum shutter speed that you can sync the lights with. This Nikon is up to a 200th of a second. If I go over that, you will start to see the black lines of the curtain in the shot. Also, I need to look at the other packs in the setup to make sure that they are in slave mode. In slave mode, the various lights in the setup remain in sync with these built-in sensors. It's important to note that with some of the newer ProPhoto models, they've removed the sync inputs as well as some of the slaving options. So you have to consider whether the older method of synchronization will work for your setup. As you can see, using the system of having a sync cable and being tethered, as most professional fashion shoots are these days, creates a bit of a problem having two wires coming out of the camera. So let's look at the options for remote synchronization. A set of pocket wizards is the simplest way to replace the cable. All I have to do is replace the wire with the pocket wizard, plugging the other receiver into the flash. Connecting via the hot shoe means I can remove that cable. And that is a very simple setup. The only thing to do is to make sure that I am on the same channel from the transmitter and the receiver. In this basic situation, this pair of remotes is simply replacing the wire. The other packs in my rig are running on slave mode. But ProPhoto has various options of remotes, some with very advanced features. So let's have a look how we would use it in a modern setup. Most ProPhoto products already have the receiver part of the system installed in the pack. First, I'll select an air remote for this demonstration, and I'm setting it to channel 1 and putting it on to transmit. Putting that into the camera and making sure that my light is on channel 1 will now fire the pack. Right, so now my main light is firing. The other packs in my system are running on slave mode, but I would like to change that so that all the packs are receiving the signal as it comes from the transmitter. With ProPhoto lights, the remote system of synchronization is referred to as air. A pro tip: there's certain locations, such as near airports or outside police stations, where there will actually be a blocked out radio frequency black zone. In those situations, you need to be using the old-fashioned sync cable. While modern ProPhoto remotes offer very advanced features such as TTL, high-speed sync, and connecting your phone via Bluetooth, the basic concept of syncing the camera with the lights is very, very simple. I hope this tutorial was useful, and please see our other tutorials for specifics when coming to each remote.